Hey everybody, my name is Heather Honeycutt and I'm one of the two TAs for this class. You may call me Heather, and she and her are my preferred pronouns. Okay, so just a little bit about me. I'm in my final year of the MTS program here, so I basically just have my thesis plus one other class left, and I'm super excited. I also work as a professional counselor in the state of Georgia, meaning I hold a master's degree in counseling already. And I'm under care for ordination in the Christian Church Disciples of Christ, which should take place next summer or fall, depending on when I get all my stuff together for ordination. I really loved listening to Drs. Maurice Brubaker and Bessler tell you about the persons of significance in their life, and so I just wanted to take a second to tell you about one of mine. His name is Reverend Dr. Jerry Gladson. He's a retired Christian Church Disciples of Christ minister in Georgia, and he also holds a PhD in Hebrew Bible from Vanderbilt, and so he spent his life as a pastor, but he was trained as a scholar. I met Jerry in 2013 when I was co-leading a trip to Nicaragua to teach Nicaraguan therapists, pastors, students, and professors how we treat trauma in this country, because their model is a little bit different. And on that trip, Jerry and his wife, who is a licensed psychologist, went with, and Jerry taught on theodicy, which I was interested to hear Dr. Maurice Brubaker mention in one of the lectures for this week. So super exciting. Okay, so I come from an evangelical background, and when we were on the trip in November of 2013, I had just a lot of questions about where I was in my theology, and Jerry was the first person who was brilliant enough to answer any question I had on the fly, has almost an eidetic memory for scripture, can tell you essentially where anything is, chapter and verse most of the time, which is just incredible. But also just said, this isn't the only way. If you don't feel like this is a fit for you, there are other places. And when I came back from that trip, I visited his church, which is now my church, First Christian Church of Marietta, Georgia, and found a family there, which I didn't expect. So myself, my spouse, our 5 children, we transferred our membership to the Christian Church Disciples of Christ. Jerry taught in my counseling program where I was getting my master's, and so I got to learn under him. I took 3 classes from him: theodicy, Christian traditions, and hermeneutics. So I wrote a 45-page exegesis in my counseling program. Not many people can say they've ever done that. Then about 2.5 years ago, I asked if he would start tutoring me in Hebrew, in Biblical Hebrew, and he assented. So we've been working on Biblical Hebrew pretty much every week for the last couple of years at a Burger King, because that's where he likes to go, so that's where we learn. He urged me to go to seminary because he thought I had the right kind of questions for seminary. Once I entered seminary here, he urged me to seek ordination, which I have also done. About a year ago, he said maybe it's time for us to learn Greek, because if you don't know, the MTS program is only a 48-hour program, and so if you're taking the thesis track, you only have 3 electives. So you don't have time for a full course of biblical languages, and that was really important for me. So he's tutored me now for the past 2.5 years in both Greek, and now in Hebrew, and now we've added Greek. So Jerry's place in my life means that he's charted a course that I never expected, that I never would have imagined for myself, and that I couldn't love anymore. I'm super excited about where I am in terms of career and in terms of the possibilities that lay ahead. And Jerry believed in me. He believed that I had the right questions. He believed that I was smart enough to go to graduate school and to do a second graduate degree. And now he's urging me toward PhD applications soon, maybe next month. And as a therapist, I can tell you that having somebody who believes in you is one of the most important predictors for success. And so having Jerry in my corner always has been a safe place for me. I call him, I preached a few weeks ago at my church, and in that sermon, I called him, my one word title for Jerry is Father, Mentor, Teacher, Friend, because he occupies all of those roles in my life, and I couldn't be any more fortunate to have a person like Jerry take a personal interest in me, spend time with me, teach me out of the bounty of his knowledge. And so I am forever grateful to have Jerry Gladson in my life. So that is about all. I'm really, really excited to work with each of you this term. If you need anything, like I said, I'm one of your 2 TAs. Please don't hesitate to be in touch, particularly about the wiki, because I think I'm taking point on that assignment. So I'm really, really excited, folks, and I can't wait to see what the semester holds for all of us. Bye now.